One major thing about filming in my room that sucks is this big window right here. I could put an acoustic blanket over it, but really there's just nothing I could literally attach the acoustic blanket to other than duct tape to the ceilings. I really don't want to do that, mainly because it's going to tear my paint off, number one. Number two, it's going to be a pain to get down and up there, and it just sucks repeatedly. It just makes it so hard to film in the day. So I usually wait till night. That's my past 2 videos have been at night, because I'm just this sun just coming in just kind of disrupts the peace, the serenity in my room. And I find that nighttime's the only way to solve that, so I'm actually going to try to record in the daytime. See how it turns out. Might turn out well, might turn out horrible, but you know, why not? You never know until you try. So I was getting ready to shoot the video, and it's just so hot in here, and I think it's that time of year where you gotta reach up to the fan and reverse it once again so it pushes air down onto you. So let's do that real quick. Almost got it. Yeah, oh. Yeah, that is much better. I mean, we've just recently had like heat wave, and it's just so hot. And I used to have it circling the opposite way to take heat down, but I think I need some air. Let's get to this video. How's it going, everybody? Gray here, and today we are going to compare the iPhone X versus the GoPro Hero 5. Let's get into it. First of all, the iPhone X and the GoPro can both record in 4K. They both can easily fit in your pocket. They both take 12 megapixel stills. Now a little bit more in depth, they both shoot in DNG RAW, so you can really edit the heck out of it if you want to, or you can just leave it there. I mean, it will take up a bit more storage, but you can ultimately get better photos out of it. But the iPhone X actually has 2 cameras when the GoPro only has 1. And the really amazing thing about the iPhone is that the 2x telephoto doesn't lose any information. It's just 2x optical zoom, while this you can only zoom in digitally, and you kind of lose the quality when you zoom in digitally. They both can record slow motion at 1080p, but the iPhone X can actually go to 240 frames per second at 1080p, while this can only go to 120 frames per second. But if you do have a Hero 6, it can do 240 FPS in 1080p, which is a major bonus, but I have the 5, not the 6. One major difference is that the iPhone X does have optical image stabilization, and this is still digital image stabilization. Now that means the GoPro has to crop down a little bit on the sensor to actually like mimic how you're moving, while this can actually adapt to the way you're moving without changing resolution or anything. Now it seems like I'm talking about iPhone X is how much better than GoPro. Now let's talk about how GoPro is better than iPhone X. GoPro is mainly used for those wow moments where you can't put a DSLR, your phone, or just something that you'd just be scared to destroy and you just want that shot. That's where this comes in. You can put it underneath a car, you can put it on a ceiling fan, you can put it on your helmet, your ski board, etc. You can put it in amazing spots, and it's likely going to survive. Fun story, I did attach my GoPro to my friend's plane. He was at least like 200 feet in air, and it just dropped. And it hit the ground and it just thunked, and I thought that thing was a goner, but it stayed alive. I'm like, GoPro knows durability the best. I mean, I'm guaranteed if I drop this thing from 200 feet up, it's not going to survive, but this thing will, which is amazing. GoPro is though a little bit harder to get cinematic, while the iPhone can be a bit more cinematic, but really, if you're looking for cinematic shots, I don't know if you'd really get a GoPro. You want those wow moments with a GoPro. You're not trying to film the up close snow at 240 frames per second and be like, oh, you want a camera for that, like a nice DSLR camera. Think about all the little tiny spots that you could put this anywhere. Just moving on. Both of these you can get stabilizers for. DJI Osmo Mobile, not a shout out. I'm not sponsored by anybody by saying any of this, but you have the Osmo Mobile and then the GoPro stabilizer for the actual GoPro. Both work really well, and there's actually I think there's the Ronin S coming out for DSLRs, and I think it's going to look really cool and be really cool. I want to try it, but I don't have money. back on track. They both can shoot time lapses, although you can't really put an interval into this. You can put an interval with other apps and like third-party apps you can get with it. Now, you know, iPhone double over as actual phone, like, hello. Yeah, I'm doing video, sorry. But GoPros, can't call anybody on GoPro. So you're buying a phone. You're buying a camera. Phone, camera. I mean, you're going to get better video results out of this than say this, because this is specifically for video, while this is just for your normal like shooting. But actually many people do amazing photos with just an iPhone, and it just goes to show you that you don't need the best gear to take the best photos. Don't go out and buy a 5D Mark IV 24-70mm L2 lens because you're like, once I get that, I want to make excellent photos. It's not the case. I mean, there are people out there that just do so much better than me with an iPhone 5. It's more about looking into yourself and seeing, not your gear. And it's so easy to get caught up in gear, and you just want to buy more and more and more gear, and you're like, I love this, I love that. Just stick with what you have, work with what you have, and until you think you need something else, get it. But until then, just be happy with what you have. Alright, okay, back on this once again. Okay, now onto the specs bit. This thing is about $500. This thing's about $1,000. You can buy 2 of these for the price of this. This can only record 4K at 30 FPS. This can record 4K at 60. If you have a Hero 6, it can record 4K at 60 frames per second. Both 12 megapixel pictures, can both shoot in RAW. Both can do time lapses. This can do time lapses in intervals. Well, this can only do a set time lapse, I think a picture every 5 seconds. This doubles over as a phone, while this does not, so you're buying a phone, you're buying a camera, all that spiel again. I'm not going to do that. So it really, these are both 2 hugely different cameras. Action cameras are meant for action. iPhones are meant for your normal phone, take a picture. Not something like this, but this can definitely be your day-to-day camera. I mean, I'm not judging, you can do that. This does have a more fisheye angle than the normal fisheye angle on this, but this does have a 2x telephoto, and this does not. Optical stabilization, digital, really, it's just what you want. Like, I don't know what you want. You might want to put your camera underneath a car. I'd recommend this. You might want to take pictures of your friend playing basketball. I'd recommend this, unless you can afford a DSLR or a SLR. That's the best option, but a phone is better than a GoPro at shooting day-to-day things. Now, I'm not dissing on Apple or GoPro on any of this video. I'm just reviewing and comparing what they are as cameras. No hard feelings to anybody who uses these. I actually use my phone sometimes to take photos when I don't have my camera. I can't run upstairs and get my camera. But I also use the GoPro when I'm like, oh, it'd be so cool to put my camera there, but I don't want to, my camera's too big, it might get destroyed. And I go, okay, I have the GoPro, I can put that there. So it's just great. Cameras are getting super small these days. You can get huge megapixels on small cameras. Like my drone, 12 megapixel too, the camera's like this big. I mean, I'm shooting with a camera that's like this big, and it shoots 24 megapixels. Back then, it used to take so much room to take even a nice picture like with this. They didn't even have video like this. In this day and age, camera gear is just getting better and better, so I'm inclined to see if these things might take over DSLRs, but I don't think they will. I think the DSLR and SLRs still have a spunk to them, and they just won't really ever be replaced. Now, if you do want to check out these 2 items, I have linked them in the description below. Also with my camera gear, my lights, my everything, it's linked down below if you just want to check it out. And I want to thank you for watching. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment down in the comment section below. Subscribe, it will mean a lot to me. Like the video so I know you're enjoying it. Overall, just go out, go shoot something new today. I mean, GoPro, iPhone, DSLR, anything. Just go take a picture of something new today that you haven't taken a picture of before. Even if you're jam-packed, just enjoy it. Just take a break from your papers, your essays, your emails. Just go take a picture of something and enjoy it. Learn how to see. I mean, that's how I did it. I just keep taking photos after photos to just make myself better, just learn. Alright, that's enough talking about me. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!